Who am I speaking to?
Dan with Contemporary Landscape in St. Louis. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Dan. Hey, thanks for calling in. I was just telling our story a little bit about our text going on there. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, all's well. The way I look at things is people make mistakes, and we try to take care of our clients. And sometimes they're late. Sometimes it's kind of odd that they don't remember you till it's time to get work done, like you were saying earlier on the program. We've had that several times that all of a sudden the grass needs cut, and they just found your mowing invoice in their stack of mail that they overlooked all winter, and they want to get you caught up and get back on the schedule.
Yeah, yeah. How do you all handle that, Dan? If you don't mind sharing, it's not wrong or right, and I'm not trying to put you on a point at all. It's just you'd mentioned that they pay their bill, you put them back on, or how do you guys handle it?
Yeah, that's pretty well it. They obviously get several emails. They'll get their invoices emailed to them as well as snail mail, and we all know that we've lost a little bit of dependency on the mail system here lately, not trusting the mail system to get your things going where they're supposed to go. So we email our clients. We also send it out in normal mail, and then you start calling. Once they don't pay, you'll start calling, and most generally that'll take care of it, the phone calls. But then you'll have some that just deny the phone calls, and then those go to collections. And typically, I don't know if we've had any customers that have came back after collections. You know how that goes. That process draws out for
Right.
years at times, and some of those usually don't come back. But if a client gets squared up with us, we'll go back to work. Things happen in life. We're all in this together, and
You
we
know,
don't like hounding people. You don't like to beg for your money, but sometimes that's how it feels.
that's right. My brother used to have the saying. It says we got to sell the work, we got to do the work, and then we got to justify it, collecting it. And I think that's exactly to your point too, Dan. That is, it does seem like we got to go through those processes, and I'm like you. Everybody, we all have problems, right? I mean, God, I remember, I'm going back. I'm telling a story on my own lawn service, okay? But you hear me do this quite a bit. But I remember when we were $90,000 in debt as a 2-truck operation, thinking we needed more work. I couldn't pay my suppliers on time. But something that I did with a little differently is, and I never tried to hide from anybody. You know what I mean? I just
Correct.
and I think with my customers, that's all I want them to do is answer their phone or respond to an email. Right? How do you feel about that? I mean,
We do the same. Obviously, in the situation we're in, we're always stuck between our suppliers and big contractors and things like that. So there's times when we are the middleman, and there's times when we'll go above and beyond and just give you a call and say, "Hey, I know my invoice is coming due. We're waiting on this job or this job to pay out, and as soon as we get caught up, we'll be there with you." But like you said, just communicating with people goes a long way.
it does, and I've had to do that multiple times myself with suppliers, and I think our customers think, and I don't know, that was probably stereotyping. That was probably
Money just falls out of the trees, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it, man. We're the last ones they want to pay sometimes because we're the lawn guy, right?
Yep.
Oh God, but yeah, it is.
Same with snow. I don't want to get you too far off track, but as you were discussing the lawn business part, but the snow is kind of the same way.
Yeah,
While everybody's out there in their trucks pushing and shoveling and salting, nobody says anything. But once you start mailing out invoices, then the phone starts blowing up, wanting to know why this and why that. So we have fun with that as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny to mention that, Dan. We had a customer just when we had that ice storm go through. We had about 8 to 10 days of pretty straight weather. It's very similar to your alls. That with that week and a half we had, right? And
Right.
it was some of the invoices that were going out were from our end awesome. From our customers'
Well,
end, it's like dang, and you get that phone call, but like you said, nobody's complaining while their property's being maintained and taken care of, are they? It's
nope, not at all.
not at all. It's just when it comes time to pay for those 35 or 40 or 60 hours or whatever it is each individual company puts in on an event, they don't realize, and that's what Kyle told one of our customers, he said, man, we were 36 hours on one event, but hey, that's part of the game, right, Dan? That's part of the game when
Yes,
it comes
sir.
to snow. I mean, you never know how much or how long it's going to last, and it's a lot of hours sometimes. And I think we, as an industry, earn every penny of it. What do you think?
I'll agree with you there.
We earn every penny of it. But hey, getting back to you calling, Dan, just another quick question. You guys do fertilization weed control as well, or type of,
Yeah.
Do you? How's shipping on like any products that you guys are buying? I don't know if you heard the first part of my show when I was talking about shipping and mulch and whatnot.
You kind of scared me on the first part of your show because as you were discussing mulch, our semi was coming to the shop yard.
Was it?
We received, yes, and I'm like, I was going to go out and talk to the driver and be like, "Hey, what's up?" But we're on our 5th load, I think, of mulch right now, semi load, and we haven't had any problems. They've had problems due to weather, but you kind of, I guess, alerted my radar because we have not had any issues. Our mulch company has not said anything yet about any of them issues. So
okay,
you have me going back to the drawing board here in a minute. I'm gonna make a phone call and say, hey, is anything changing I need to know about? The only change we have right now that we haven't seen the impact yet is supposedly fertilizer. Our fertilizing prices are going to go up, and for the moment, it's not enough to increase our problem per se.
Right.
But it is supposed to have a raise, and our supplier wasn't exactly sure what that percentage on increase was going to be for us. We're pretty well where we need to be for the season right now, so I'm not too afraid. But I was unaware of a mulch shortage because around the St. Louis area, it seems to be there's a lot of piles of mulch in places. So
we've got the from what I understand, it's the mulch isn't the problem; it's the trucking. It's simply just a trucking issue, and it's crazy. Like I said, I mean, you heard my conversation, on this morning, on the show, and we got to looking at that, and we start thinking, man, that's 90 cents a bag. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a big deal when you like you said, hey man, y'all have had 5 truckloads come in already. 5 truckloads, depending on how many pallets they can get, if it's wet or dry on there, that's it doesn't sound like much, but $1 a bag on a truckload's a lot of money.
Well, that's where we don't use bag mulch unless we have a demand for it or we have a interior project. We do all of our mulch in bulk.
Most of yours is bulk hard. Now, is that hardwood that you guys are predominantly getting in then as well? Then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, because
it's dyed brown, and we just get it in the bulk. We don't do bags. Cost effective. We don't do bags unless we have like an interior courtyard to do or a second story type thing.
Yeah.
So that might be the way to go too. We do all bulk mulch.
Yeah, we do quite a bit that way for sure, and but we still have some people wanting the cedar, and I think I can put your mind at ease a little bit. Bulk hadn't been an issue for us either. It's just the bag material coming out of Washington, state of Washington, So it's predominantly a bagged issue. Okay, so.
Understood. There we go. It threw me off at first. I'm like,
still enjoy your lunch today, man.
Right.
But
we have had issues with trucking. It is with smaller things, and more than anything, it's just waiting on materials from somewhere else. It hasn't been a price issue for us yet. So
right, yeah, I think you're good.
Fuel prices raising, I can see it happening.
Yeah. I'm certain that we're going to see additional fuel charges coming into play pretty daggone soon because. What y'all's fuel out there in St. Louis now? We're right at $3 a gallon.
It was like $2.87, $2.90 the other day. On the Illinois side, it's hitting it was like $3.09, I think, yesterday in Illinois that was on diesel fuel, I think that's what I've seen.
So we sat down and I hope our projections are wrong, but I know when we sat down and calculated cost per hour, a little bit, in the spring on things, we took that fuel cost to $3.75 is how we calculated our cost on our bids currently. And so hopefully we'll be good. Hopefully we don't go much over that if we do, but
we shall see.
We'll see.
I appreciate your program and I heard you were talking to the masses, so I figured I'd chime in on let you know that you weren't talking to the wall.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in, Dan. Thanks a lot, man. And you feel free to call in or text in anytime, man. It's always fun.